Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
Shout out to the intro for taking care of that first 45 seconds for us.
Hell yeah.
You know, I like that it eats part of the show because then in my mind, I'm like, all right, we have less that we have to do now.
Check
It's
and done.
less funny on the table.
Yes. yeah, let's work on there for sure.
Now, people have asked me recently, Thickness, have you ever even been golfing? No. No, not at all. Not once.
I have one time.
I've never... Now, and I'd like to guess what your golfing experience was, because I would imagine it's going to be a lot like what I am about to come out here with now.
Oh, dude.
This is me going golfing. If I tried to golf, like let's say somebody was like, bro, I got clubs. I've got a membership at a nice club. You know, not even a public golf course, like a nice like membership golf course, right? I get out there, back nine problem shirt, glistening, flexing, looking real good.
Looking fucking fly as fuck.
I put the ball down, right? It's my turn. Par 3 maybe on the first hole.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And swing and a miss. I take a big chunk of fucking dirt out of the ground.
Yep. Or you just miss the dirt all completely.
Yep. No, second shot is straight through the sky. It's me almost throwing my elbow out by making no contact with anything.
Yeah, you're giving the haircut to the ball, you know?
Now I'm sweating.
You're just kissing the top of the fucking golf ball.
The moisture-wicking fabric of the back nine shirt.
Yes.
I only feel the sweat on my face.
Right.
You know, it's not like a full body sweat. It's taking that sweat away from me as I'm producing it.
Exactly.
Which is very
and
nice.
You're not leaving any sweat lines, so nobody knows you're sweating your dick off.
It's so moisture-wicking. You could spill a cup of water on your shirt.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't feel like you have a wet shirt. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think I would miss probably the first 4, and then by the 5th shot, which again, this was a par 3. By my 5th shot, I would probably wing it about 40 yards in the wrong direction, straight in the sky. Just where's that one going?
Yep.
Mulligan.
Yep.
And then probably by the 8th shot, I've made it about a quarter of the way through this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I get lucky, and every now and then I hit one real fucking low, and it just bounces off the ground forward.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, at least it's rolling. We're making progress, goddammit.
Yep.
Oh,
you're literally describing my game like par for par, basically.
That's how I feel. Like the whole thing goes down the whole way. And then after I finally make it to the hole and miss like 18 putts, I think the people with me will have been finishing up the 18th.
Yeah.
And they'll come back to check on me.
And you're on the 4th or 5th.
Dude,
you know?
We're so bad at golf. We had to create a mercy rule for mini golf.
Yeah.
And we still.
Yeah, that's right.
And we hit it almost every time.
I forgot about that.
Dude,
yeah.
I think our mercy rule was like 13. And every hole you and I both had to be like, yeah,
maxed out.
That's 13.
Maxed out.
Right.
It's not my game, dude.
Move it forward.
It's not my game. Dude, I'm so bad at golf that I did the Charlie Brown cartoon style where I hit the golf ball, it pops up like maybe 2 feet with backspin and then rolls further back behind me.
Oh my god!
Like it rolled. Oh, like I regressed in distance. It was so bad.
I've almost hit the people next to me at the driving range.
Yeah,
because I just wing it so hard that it just kind of goes straight to the right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! No,
you know what's so weird?
Not my sport.
I don't know what it is either. Is I've definitely been in the driving range and cracked quite a few pretty fucking far.
Oh, I've quote unquote sculled it, you know, before.
Yeah. But then when you go out to the green, you know, or whatever the fuck the phrase is, you know, like does not translate.
The other thing is
translate.
I wouldn't be confident in what I'm supposed to be using.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's a lot of fucking clubs, but they're using like 4 of them.
Yeah, for most scenarios,
like,
probably.
I feel like you start with the driver, which is the big ass one. Personally, I'd probably stick with that all the way to the green.
Yeah.
You know, but like they're switching through I remember like doing this with Ben, and he'd be like, all right, 3 wood, now 4 wood, now 9 iron, now 7 iron, now 13. Now just take a hockey stick and fucking,
you know,
and you're like, what? How do you? Is it like if I'm further away is which one I want?
I was thinking it's probably a combination of distance, what you want out of the swing that you're trying to get, and then probably like the slope of the ground, Right.
I mean, I've seen Ben
I think
hit a golf ball like 100 yards with a putter. So it just never makes any sense to me when it's over.
I think the 9-iron, which is like really fucking at a high slant,
Yeah.
I think that one's for like getting you out of ditches and shit. I think.
Yeah.
But I
well, yeah, and there one
guessing.
there's one called like a wedge. I don't know if that's an iron itself, and wedge is just like a cool name for it.
Is a wedge another form for your putter?
No, that's like the sand trap one.
Because I thought I kind of remember the wedge looking like a putter.
Yeah, but it was like more of like a scooper.
Oh, yeah.
And then is a driver just a wood with a cool name? I don't fucking know either. Is a putter an iron? Like, I have no idea. I don't know which one I should be using at all.
Stick, hit, ball.
Yeah. Poorly.
Good.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I can even... I don't know, dude.
Fuck, if I could still see it afterwards, I'll be happy.
Like, I didn't hate trying to play golf.
No.
And I say trying because I did not play golf. I tried.
I've tried more times than I should have. Yeah.
But I don't hate it. I just definitely... It's not something that I am attuned to whatsoever.
Growing up, the one thing that they always told us was like, well, when he's playing video games, at least he's getting good hand-eye coordination.
Something like that.
Not with golf.
Something like that. Yeah.
Not with fucking golf.
Yeah. It only applies to certain scenarios.
I don't know what that's all about. Yeah.
This is a very specific scenario that we're training right now.
Yeah, I'm getting better
and
at
it's with
still playing video
games. Exactly. Yeah, with just more video games.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think? I'm going to start catching bullets and shit because I played Hello Mario?
What am I going to turn into a fucking DC character, right?
Yeah.
Am I going to turn into Superman and just start fucking catching this shit out of midair, right?
The most I'll get is every now and then there'll be some like paver rocks and I'll jump from one to the next one.
Because you played Frogger one too many times. Like, oh man, his platforming is just so perfect.
You know what I'm saying? I might even go back.
Could you imagine if the knowledge you get in video games like actually did translate to modern life somehow? You know?
Man.
Like, 'cause I can't think of any ways that video games, like playing video games, translates to like
mass shooting
life skills. I think there's many other things
really
that contribute to mass shootings before video games.
Yeah, but I bet if you're like really good at Warzone and then you went to a mass shooting at your school, you'd be fired.
You know where to aim.
Oh, you're fucking. You
know how to duck around corners. And stuff.
You know the sound it makes when the last one in the clip fires. You know what I'm saying? When you need to reload, you're always counting and catching shells. And shit.
I mean, you're definitely gonna give Jimmy Dean in the police department a real run for his money.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna slide cancel kill the principal. That's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah, like he grenade jumps over a fucking portion of the school to get to another part of the quad.
Freebird playing over the intercom. Just the solo.
He's planned it out where he brings in like a tape recorder and puts it on the intercom. You know.
Oh yeah. And he's got somebody who's holding the intercom button down with one hand and a grenade with no pin in the other. It's like, you let go of this button, bro, you're done.
Oh my god, bro, that's
fucking awesome. That's how
I mean, but again though, like I really, besides like all jokes aside, I can't think of any scenario where video games really genuinely provide you, I guess, skills for the world.
I can
storytelling, I guess.
Promo code thickness, all lowercase.
Yeah, we moved beyond a while. Backline problems, you the bomb. Fuck yeah,
you guys are great. I think
for real. You know what I mean?
Simulators are video games.
Okay.
So airline simulators, they make surgery ones now.
Yeah, that's true.
I've heard professional drivers say that Forza's mechanics are so dead on that it taught them how to drive.
There's a dude who did that.
My new coworker. Oh yeah, there was a
guy that became a NASCAR.
They made a movie about him.
Yeah,
recently. I have a coworker who learned how to drive stick because his friend had the video game wheel for Forza.
Dope.
So
that's badass.
Yeah, so he learned how to drive stick just because like his buddy was willing to get the nicer controller, and he had to actually do it to play the game with no consequences of destroying the car.
That's wild.
Because like I've always wanted to learn stick, but I've never had somebody who was willing to let me destroy their car to learn it.
Sure.
There's always somebody that says they will. Like shout out David Clifton. I'm still waiting for him to teach me how to drive stick. It's been like 12 years.
Yeah.
Because he was always just like, no, man, I'll replace the clutch. It's like right there.
It's like right there.
Because his car was like from the 60s. So
it's
like, fucking, it's like 2 screws. Like, I'll let you destroy it. Still haven't gotten to destroy one, Clifton.
Yeah, what
it's
the
got like
fuck, bro?
4 of those cars
What
now.
the fuck, bro?
Yeah. Fucking interpret this,
Should have had an
asshole.
opportunity.
Yeah, you fucking bastard.
Should have had this fucking opportunity done a while ago.
So, I would say simulators, you could get a skill
I didn't
from.
think about those. Yeah, that's a good point for sure.
But like
Flight Simulator is surprisingly pretty like robust considering what it is.
I had a buddy who built his cabin. Like he essentially took 4 big flat screen TVs and linked them around to make a full almost not 360 but a full 180 degree view. So he could look full left monitor, full right monitor.
Dope.
And then encapsulated the whole setup in a big shell.
Cool.
So when he would turn it on, like you're essentially in the cabin and you have the full 180 like you would as a pilot.
Dope.
So when he plays that shit, like he's like in full
That's
on
baller
airplane
as
mode.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking pimping.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
That's playing video games on a different fucking level.
Yeah,
because he's
dude.
not a pilot. I think he's like a bartender.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he just really likes.
Don't
that
you love
game.
it when like tech nerds take tech to the next level?
Oh,
you know,
my God.
like turn it into shit you wouldn't think of.
We got a guy we
That's
graduated
nuts.
with as a fucking real pilot now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's taking pictures, like taking off in like a fucking Southwest plane.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's the pilot.
What
Like,
the
what the
fuck?
fuck? That's awesome.
That's dope as hell. Oh
And
yeah.
he's been piloting his whole fucking life.
That's
In high
cool.
school during like SSR, like the reading block, he would be sitting there with a fucking airplane magazine. Not like a Sky Mall, but like this is the newest fucking 757 Boeing X-Class 3JZ hashtag fucking ZZY34R. And he's like, oh my God, the 34R? Fuck me.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's just a plane.
Yeah, that's dope. Dude,
yeah.
Honestly, like, big ups and respect for anybody who like knew what they wanted to do
Early.
as young as possible,
And then just fucking did
and
it.
went for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
That's like
big ups.
That's
dude.
a kid's dream.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
you've been holding on to that forever.
Right, you're flying a school bus.
Yeah.
A
And
giant flying bus.
I wonder if people like that, those kind of people, right? That like he knew he wanted to be a pilot.
Sure.
I wonder if he could have been anything, and it just happened. Like if he has the drive in him to where if he was like, I want to be president.
Yeah.
I want to be a
Yeah.
UN representative.
Yeah, what he could have been.
I want to. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
be like a 4-star general. Like I wonder, like if it only was just a matter of what he picked.
Yeah.
and he was gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's got that like stake in destiny.
Yeah.
Kind of scenario
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like no matter what he graced his presence on,
Yeah.
he'd be like top dog on it or something.
Let me tell you about that a little bit. So I worked for a man today who's 101. Next month will be 102 years old.
Damn, 3 digits.
102 years old. Hilarious.
Dope.
Always making jokes.
Wow.
All fucking day.
Like lively, huh?
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
I was just at his house for 3 days, and like, you know, he's 102.
Yeah.
So he's on the couch listening to the news at the highest volume ever heard.
So you can hear it.
He's
yeah.
got a magnifying glass as big as your goddamn computer tower over here.
Dope.
And he's got a stack of newspapers longer than the DMV line.
Is he doing word fucking puzzles?
No, he's
I was
chilling,
gonna
reading
say.
the fucking paper.
Oh, okay. 'cause you just can't
He was
see. Okay.
Born
okay.
in the Depression.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair. Fair.
So he's still, seeing what's going on all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
If he's
yeah.
got to sell his gold or not. And
You gotta sell away his
Yeah.
family fucking package. Dude.
yeah,
All of his heirlooms.
all of his lumber stock that he purchased in the fucking 30s.
And some of the fucking like, what did they have? The opium back then.
Oh my god,
When
yeah.
opium was like a huge fucking thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So he first of all, old as fuck. Second of all, lively, very funny. Lots of humor, just always fucking making jokes. And
dope.
like big smile on his
Hell
face.
yeah.
And he not only is he making jokes, he's laughing back at your
Oh,
jokes.
cool. He's
You know,
reciprocating.
big
yes.
laughs.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm killing with this old man for 3 days straight. Today, for some reason,
Uh-oh.
we're getting to the end of this, right? My whole team is now left, and they're downstairs gathering their shit to leave. I'm the last guy because I'm showing him how to use the shit that we just put in his house.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, he goes serious with me for the first time in 3 days. He starts with my weight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
starts with
man.
my weight.
Oh, no.
He asked me. Yeah, dude.
Now that I've got it on your good side, let me fucking wreck you down a couple pegs.
He asked me if I was married. I said no, but I have a good woman. He said, maybe if you lose 100 pounds.
Oh my God.
He's a savage.
He's an animal.
He's a fucking
dude, he's 102?
world class. Yeah, world class.
Is this man like a raisin, or is he like...
Dude, let me tell you this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is he good shape?
No, not for... I mean, for 102, yeah.
Yeah, but is he like a raisin? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. That's even funnier that he's
dude,
roasting into you.
He's a raisin, but the first day I met him, when he answered the door, 9 o'clock in the morning, 3-piece suit. I thought he was going to go shopping for fucking caskets, and he wanted to, like, the real feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, this
Get the preliminary testing, you know?
Like, this is how it's all going to look. This is how it's all going down.
I'm what is that, like the online window shopping where you can do the try it on shit?
Yeah. It's like, ooh, ivory. Okay. I like how I look in ivory. Respectable.
Okay, so he's roasting you. He's roasting you.
He's going in on me. And he starts telling me about like some of the life choices he made. And he was like, like I lost 60 pounds myself. There was a point, believe it or not, in my life I weighed 230. And I was like, my dream weight? You mean the happiest I could possibly imagine being was your rock bottom?
The heaviest I was 230. 230 is my best. I'm in great shape if I'm in 230, 215.
Yeah.
That's my sitting health weight.
That's me awesome.
Yeah.
That's me where everybody that sees me goes, holy shit,
man.
What happened? That's amazing. Like they would, I would be like on an ESPN 2 article if I fucking weighed 230.
My transformation.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Follow my journey. You're like writing up like biography books and shit and having openings.
Yeah, so he starts talking to me about like World War II, and he lived with the Arabs. He was in the military, so he lived with the Arabs for a while on base. He pretty much the same age my grandpa would have been in. So, like, my grandpa also was World War II. They're probably right around the same age. And my grandpa also lived with the Arabs, which is my dad grew up in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, yeah.
Like, my dad speaks fluent Farsi.
Wow.
Confuses the shit out of me every time I see it.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But he was telling me about his time with the Arabs and, like, and then just kind of like today. And then he said something happened to him in 1954. So he would have been 33 years old. He met a man in New York that, I don't know what he said to him, but he changed his life forever.
Oh.
And here's the thing. He didn't present it to me in that way. It's just the way he was talking, the things he was saying. A lot of big moments all happened
around that
in
time?
New York in 54.
Yeah.
He quit smoking in 54. He quit drinking in 54. And this guy told him that he needs to be at 174 pounds and eating a shit ton of like a body weight's worth of grams of protein a day, which is pretty fucking accurate. And for 1954 is pretty out there. You know what I'm saying? They were back then. It was like, drink whiskey. That's the diet. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah. Smoke cigarettes because you're a man.
Yeah, he was fat. The fattest he's ever been was 230 pounds. So like, I'm sure in 54 is a little different.
Yeah.
But that's some pretty good nutritional advice for the 50s.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Considering, the mentality. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, back then your doctor would tell you to smoke more cigars. Hit your wife.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah. If you hit your wife, you won't be so stressed. Your blood pressure will go down. Every time you smack one of your mouthy little kids, your blood pressure will drop enough that you can have another beer.
Yeah, and them white tank tops you got, just wear them more often too, right?
Yeah, and he told him he needs to be 174 pounds on the dot, and he's been 174 pounds on the dot since 1954. He's 102 years old next month.
Jesus,
whoever that fucking guy is, and whatever he did to this man changed his life in such a crazy way.
Some fucking Tibetan monk just showed up and just dropped wisdom. Generations of wisdom on this man.
I like to think he looked like Gavin Newsom. Like some dude in a...
Why?
Some dude, because he's in New York. So it's like some dude in a suit.
That's the most off-putting thing. That just ruined the whole thing for me.
You know what you're doing, see? You need to cut the weight. Eat beef.
Okay.
Beef and protein, see?
Beef and protein, see?
You're not going to be one of them pretty boys, are you?
Is this how Gavin Newsom sounds to you?
Well, in the 50s. You don't want to be one of those poo pirates, do you, boys?
One of those poo pirates. One of those booty boys.
But yeah, that talk about like influencing somebody's life, though. Going back full circle there, the amount of having some influence on someone's life. This guy fucking changed his life for the last like 70 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's power.
That's power.
That's power.
Yeah. Like they talk about. I've heard this stuff about like so they call it magic, right? The magic in humans.
Sure.
To break it down, it was in a book I read a long time ago, so I'm going to be retarded about it a little bit.
Okay.
So,
like, this whole show is retarded. It's fine.
Yeah. So, like, there's a certain like magic that happens in human consciousness. Now, on a low level, it's when your boss breaks a rule, and now everybody's starting to break rules.
Yeah, unspoken rule kind of thing.
It's how murder's the worst thing you could possibly ever do, unless it's in the name of God, and then it's holy aggression. How your country can teach you that murder is okay and evil at the same time, but it's only okay if you do it for this. Yeah. That's magic, and that magic is what lets people turn it off and forget that their whole life they've been thinking and knowing that murder's awful.
Yeah.
And now it's encouraged.
Yeah.
It's a special kind of power that takes the human brain to do that.
Yeah, it's a contradiction of perspective.
Yeah.
Really.
But then another thing I had heard was like sometimes people just kind of hold it in them specifically, like a certain energy. And that's why, like we'll take fat, Everybody always says diet and exercise the answer.
Sure.
Your parents say it. Yeah. Your friends say it. The other people around
Media
you say it.
does.
Everybody. The doctor fucking says it.
Yeah.
Everybody. Lose weight, diet, exercise.
Yep.
It's not any more complicated than that.
Right.
Nobody does it. We make it complicated in our heads, but it's not. Mm-hmm. But then for some reason, whatever reason, one person has the ability to tell you that. Mm-hmm. And it hits you different than every time it ever has before. Yeah. And it makes sense now. And then you go with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though you've heard it 1,000 times, for some reason, the fact that this asshole told you, it stuck and it made sense. And it always should have made sense. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, it didn't until this person. Yeah. Like for me, like I think the reason I started this podcast, we've been doing this a long time.
Mm-hmm. 5-6 years?
6 minimum. Yeah. Because I was like 24. I haven't tried to lose weight yet, so I think I was 24.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. So about 6 years then.
Yeah. The reason I started this podcast, the very beginning, was I was listening to Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz. Mm-hmm. And Charlemagne the God put it so simple as, just go do what you want to go fucking do. If you want to be a broadcaster, you start a podcast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to broadcasting school and hope that you can get an entertainment internship and then be someone's bitch and then maybe eventually make it up. Yeah. Go do a podcast in your fucking garage. Yeah. You could do it with your phone. It's not going to sound the best.
Find a parallel. Yeah. Find somewhere you can visualize stepping stones to where you want to go.
And for some reason, it just clicked with me and I immediately went, I'm going to start a podcast.
Yeah.
And here we are. Here we are. Just
6 years later, almost 300 episodes. By the way, folks, we're at 292.
I know, we're getting
the
real
big
fucking
300 is coming up, my guy. We got to do something.
I don't know yet.
We got to do something.
I thought about one thing, but then I figured we'd actually die. So we can't do that.
Okay.
No way any of us would survive
Let's not say that on air so we don't, introduce, but yes.
But the magic sometimes that people have, though, of like that whole, like, like those people who listen to like Joe Rogan or David Goggins or Jocko Willink, and for some reason, even though you've heard 1,000 times that you should wake up early, make your bed, and go work out, when this guy says it to mass amounts of people, all wake up and start doing it. Yeah. Like, people can hate on it, but people like David Goggins have helped so many fucking people. Mm-hmm. And I can't watch his videos because it's him jogging next to a car telling me how much of a piece of shit I am. Yeah. But that works for a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's, there's not one variable or thing that you can point to that's kind of resulted into that mentality. You know? Because like a lot of Western culture has contorted us in so many ways. Convenience is, I think, one of the biggest unfortunate blocker to being autonomous, okay. You know what I mean, like, because you're like, you become so willing to pay money or cut corners for the sake of convenience that you start getting in your own way, you know, in the sense of like you only do things if they're convenient and don't cause burden to you, right?
Yeah.
Right, and that starts to translate into like doing chores, things you're supposed to do, right? Like
we all
like,
become autistic lately.
yeah, you know, right? And I really think it's because like we all become slaves of convenience,
Bro,
you know?
yeah. I mean, why would I cook a meal when I can have some other asshole do it for me in like 2 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's already got it half cooked by the time I'm talking to him about it.
Yeah, and then that's like, you know, it's a slippery slope down to like DoorDash, you know, like how many motherfuckers...
Why would I get off the couch to get McDonald's?
Right, you know, right?
I can have some other asshole bring me McDonald's.
Even if DoorDash has, which I mean, because I'm an avid user, also, I'm not, you know, I'm also to blame, but but even if like we know there's a process of DoorDash where they'll get multiple orders, you know, and drop off different stuff at different houses in your location before they drop off yours, right? So you know, even at that point, if your fat ass just called up the fucking place and then went over to go grab it and came back, not only would you have gotten it sooner, comparatively, it'd be hot still if you got a hot meal, right? And you would have saved fucking buckets of money, you know? Because a lot of people make the excuse, it's what about gas and stuff to get that? I'm like, bro, you're paying delivery fees, tax fees, the inflation rates based off of like the actual fucking...
I got DoorDash the other day from right over here around the corner. It was like $10 when I looked at the fees and then the delivery. I was like, okay, so do I pay $10 extra to just not get off of the couch?
Right.
And you take it. You go, yeah.
And then what gets you is I don't know how the delivery fee like numbers and the formula works, but I have noticed that the more you spend on DoorDash, the bigger the fees tend to be. You know, so like spending $10, you might get like $5 to $8 in delivery charges and taxes, you know?
Yeah.
But if you end up getting like a bunch of food for like, you know, a group of people, for example, and your bill's close to like $60 for that meal, outright, suddenly your DoorDash bill's $100.
Yeah.
You know?
And and it's like, there's the delivery and then there's the fees.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the fees that goes up. The delivery stays the same, but it's like, what's the difference between I order a cheeseburger, he comes, gets it, and brings it to me, and the fees were $4 and the delivery is $4.
Yeah.
But if I order 2 cheeseburgers, now the fees was $6 and the delivery is still $4?
Yeah.
Why are the fees going up?
Yeah, you know, the system...
You're not making the extra burger.
Right.
He's not carrying even an extra bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then... Yeah, no, that's.
But nevertheless, they can get away with it because you know that people are still to the point
fucking
being,
lazy.
You're still going to use because again for the demon of convenience, if you will, right? You know, and fast food is just the beginning of what eventually trains people and brains to seek ways that is not only convenient but avoids, you know, like I guess hardship in a better way to say it. You know,
like it definitely affects the drivers because like. The higher those random fees were, that's the less I'm tipping. Also, I don't tip DoorDash drivers very well.
Yeah, I just always hit the bottom amount. Minimum.
Well, I'll hit the other.
Oh, really?
And make a smaller amount because sometimes the minimum's like $12. You know, you suck my dick for $12.
Yeah, pizza guys don't even get that much. Sometimes.
No. But like the other thing is like at least the pizza guy works at the shop.
Yeah.
He does some dishes.
Yeah.
He pushes a broom around.
It's all one establishment that he works for.
Yeah, maybe he carries the sauce tubs into the cooler and helps prep dough and shit and cheese.
Yep.
Like that delivery boy is part of the whole process where that DoorDash guy, he doesn't even know anybody that works there. So I'm not tipping him hella extra. But the other thing is, like you were saying, they start doing this thing where it's like now they'll do multiple stops. They don't tell you they're going to do multiple stops.
No, you never know.
Until you hit order and the food is picked up.
Right.
Yeah. It's not until he gets in the car that goes, oh, by the way, we're going to this guy first.
Right.
So because of that, I've now, and because you don't know, I've automatically deducted that from everybody's tip. Because it's just like, see, now there's a chance you're going to fuck me. I'm going to be waiting hell long for this.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not giving you the same tip I would have given you for hot food.
Yeah, and they always give you the option conveniently to be like, oh, do you want the express order or the normal order? You know? Because to your point, sometimes you just all the DoorDasher is getting is your order, you know, and that's it. Sometimes you get that, right?
Yeah.
And other times they're dropping off 2 to 3 other orders.
Yeah,
you know?
and the express thing doesn't even tell you either, because it'll be like estimated wait time 16 to 18 minutes. Express 14 to 16. It's like, well, I'm not paying $3 for 2 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That seems silly, but they're not telling you. But this other one, he might pay. He might go somewhere else too. And it's like, well, he's not getting a good tip then.
Yeah. Again, you're paying for the convenience of not even like ensuring the food goes straight to you, but for the convenience of if there's a scenario where they have multiple orders, then it goes straight to you.
Yeah,
you know?
and if a DoorDasher walks up to a Taco Bell and there's 2 dashes and they're both express, is he only allowed to grab one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Technically.
And then how do you know which one to give him? I guess who ordered first.
Yeah.
But it's
still, but again, point being, it's all in, like, they're profiting off of convenience.
What I'll do is I'll hit the other, and I'll bring the tip down. But
you just dial that shit way down.
Yeah, but if they get to me in a reasonable time, especially if I'm like the only guy, I've got a cash tip waiting.
Okay, fair.
You know what I'm saying? So
fair.
I might give you 3, but then if you just came straight to me, you're walking away with 8.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
So it's like
had him a 5. Okay.
So it's like I adjusted to DoorDash's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
You're more crafty about it.
But sometimes I don't got cash on me.
But unfortunately, 90% of the rest of the world probably don't do what you do. You know?
No, of course not.
They probably don't give a fuck.
No, because a lot of people didn't work in that industry like I did.
Yeah.
Because it's like I think the shitty part about being a delivery driver, nobody knows or considers is vehicle maintenance.
Yeah.
When you're a delivery driver, I was driving
vehicle car.
I was driving 25,000 miles a year. That's a fucking 116 miles a day, pretty much.
On your car.
In one city.
Yeah.
That's a lot of start-stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of start-stop. It's a lot of braking. It's a lot of oil changes. We're talking about you should reasonably be getting an oil change every month and a half.
Yeah.
If you're a delivery driver.
Yeah.
I've had personally cars that kept breaking.
Maybe on hard times and you can't afford to swap things out.
Yeah,
things get worse.
I had to have a car to start.
Yeah.
That I'm crippling. I'm putting 25,000 miles a year on it. That's 4 years is 100,000 miles.
Yep.
That's 12 years.
Pretty crazy.
That's 12 years is a maxed out car.
Yeah.
That's done. That's a car that's not moving anymore. More likely in 8 years.
Yeah, and
because
that's
of
out
all
of pocket.
And that's all the start stopping. I mean, I lasted almost a decade. I had 3 cars through the rotation of being a delivery driver.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, yeah.
My childhood car, which I did one night of deliveries with, and it died.
Damn.
The first car I ever,
One meant to be.
First car I ever bought from a dealership that broke a lot.
Oh fuck! Like licensed dealership or just like a random fucking okay?
No, like from a Nissan dealership.
Oh, okay, dope.
Yeah, I bought a lemon from a Nissan dealership.
That fucking sucks.
I broke transmission 3 times.
That's irritating as fuck. Dude.
Yeah, I got nothing for it too.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I did the math on that car. I bought it for $9,000. I traded it in for still owing $3,000.
Yeah.
For $0.
You got a worse car.
And over the course of the time I had it, I paid $17,000.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah. Then I had the car I have right now, which is fucking awesome. And then I had my little Corolla. So it took me 4 cars to do that job for almost a decade. So
Corolla is Ned, right? Yeah. Fucking Ned's the boy, dude.
Yeah, but that's not what people are considering when it comes to the tip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tip delivery drivers way more than in-house staff. I still tip in-house staff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go to a Subway and leave $1 or $2 in the thing. But not like I would tip a delivery driver because he's got to pay for that fucking car, dude.
Right.
And what people don't understand is like 8 years at Gugurgenspiegels, I never got a single raise.
Right.
Except for when the federal limit went up, we didn't get raises. There was no yearly performance.
No. You're a major franchise company that is not going to shell out more money than they need to.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea is the tips is what makes the job worth it.
Yeah.
The tips is also the only thing that makes the job survivable. Because without tips, you're making just minimum wage and destroying a car to make it.
Yeah, fair point.
You know what I'm saying? You should just be making the fucking pizzas.
Yeah.
And not destroying a car to make the same money as that guy.
At that point, only do pick up.
And the guy making the pizzas can get raises. You know what I'm saying? It's just the drivers that don't. So it's just, I don't know. A lot of people, because they never did it, why would you ever consider that?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He paid for that car. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we weren't tipping all these people, nobody could do it.
No, it'd be a
waste of money. You'd be losing. You'd be in a net loss.
Yep. Constantly.
Yeah. It would literally, it would be like being a teacher. You'd be doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and
Like-
you'd find very quickly that there's not many people who love the game.
No.
You
not
know
at
what
all.
I'm
Yeah. Not even kind of all of them. Bro, so speaking about loving a game, did you ever play The Last of Us?
No, but I know a lot about it, and I watched this TV show, which was great.
I watched the TV show
Excellent.
last week. I binged the whole first
Dude,
season.
so good.
Immediately.
So good. Pedro Pascal did an excellent
Here's
job.
what I have to say. Episode 3, heavy butt fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of butt fucking
Oh,
in
yeah.
episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the only episode with all that butt fucking.
That's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
That was
yeah.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
I never played Last of Us either. I enjoyed the fuck out of that show. That was really good.
It was cinematic as fuck, for sure.
It's a take on zombies that nobody else does, which is fungal.
Fungal, yeah.
You can't really spoil it because it's 2 video games that have been out for a decade. You know
and
what I'm saying?
if you don't know about it at this point and you're fucking bitching about it, kick rocks.
Yeah, seriously. But like, to making it like a fungal zombie that dies over time instead of just being like a who knows how long zombies last thing. It also made the networking of the zombies make a lot more sense because you could step on a mushroom and another one feels it 1,000 miles away.
Yeah. That was a cool detail. I like that concept a lot.
It was a lot more realistic as something that can happen.
Sure.
Because it already happens with insects. And he was literally talking about like the threshold's like 94 degrees. And so all it has to do is barely have to adapt and it can live in humans.
Yeah.
So it made it very like, ooh, that actually
freaky.
That's a plausible fucking zombie movie right there. Great story. And I think I was explaining to somebody the other day, the cool thing about a video game that gets turned into a show like this versus just like something like The Walking Dead. On The Walking Dead, anything goes with the cast.
Yeah.
With the video game, the main characters are surviving and pretty much everybody else is going to fucking die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's that
no
hero's
guess.
journey thing.
Yeah. It's like there's no guess Pedro Pascal is going to make it.
Yeah,
with that little
protagonist.
girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to finish the video game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you always know that somehow somebody is either going to make it to the end or the torch is going to be passed to a different hero at some point, right? But there's going to be some form of like hero's journey, you know? 'Cause that's the point of a video game.
Walking Dead was just like, it got overwhelming with their cast, I think that's why a lot of people fell off, because it just became too many rotating actors to give a fuck about.
Yeah.
And the will they won't they on death just became almost annoying. It's like, all right, you finally developed this character and dead. God damn it.
Yeah, oh, here we go.
Oh, this
again.
guy's really dead.
Yeah, we're just playing
Motherfucker.
roulette at this point.
Why are you
know?
leaving all these unlikable assholes and then the guy from Boondock Saints?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, because it pisses off everybody.
Yeah.
That's why.
And good for him for being good enough actor that like he survived even being a character that wasn't written into the comic.
Yeah.
He's like the only guy that made it, and now he has a spinoff.
Yep.
There's a Daryl Dixon show.
That's fucking dope. I've heard about that recently also. Yeah.
I love the Boondock Saints. So.
Yeah, dude, but like as far as this going back to The Last of Us, you know, like the cinematic quality I think is what they really pulled off.
Oh, dude, for a show?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It felt so realistic but also stylized, you know? Like it really did feel like its own world, you know, and everything about every shot that they had was framed in such a way that it was just so, I don't know, pleasurable to watch, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, even though there was so much going on, so much drama a lot of time, it was, like, still, like, easy watching, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
And as far as, like, from the perspective of doing production, you know, they really, like, leaned in on that seamlessness as far as like when they're telling a story. There was a clear ebb and flow to how things would ramp up and then ramp down. You know, there was never jarring moments. You know,
and I kind of liked the pattern of like travel, story arc, story arc, like,
right? And the traveling never felt like monotonous. You know,
like. The travel had its own stories that were great.
Yeah.
And then, you get the first buttfuck story arc, and you're like, oh, I love Nick Offerman. And then
yes.
you get a little bit more travel.
Yeah, did that throw you for a loop?
Oh
I bet
my
it
God,
did, dude. Oh, man. So, for so many people who didn't play the game or knew about the game and didn't know anything about those characters, you know, I just was laughing in my head thinking about everyone saying, oh, Nick Offerman, oh, boy. And then going, oh, Nick, what are you doing? Oh, Nick.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Nick.
Oh, no. Oh, he comes out in the fucking bath towel.
Oh, man, I was laughing so hard, bro. You know, because I knew it was coming, so I was like, yeah.
I knew it was coming because of like people talking about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know that Nick Offerman's character is supposed to be gay.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, you're like, all right, well,
It's
who's
sensual.
he gonna fuck?
It's sensual.
Well, in the beginning, you're like, who's he even gonna fuck?
Yeah.
Right. And then he just meets this one random dude he trapped in a hole, and he's just like, well, I can play the piano and pour wine.
Companionship, bro.
Want to butt fuck for 60 years?
Yeah. We the best of homies. We're gonna own this neighborhood.
Dude,
you know,
that first kiss was fucking almost awkward.
deep. Yeah.
Because it was like
They held on to that shot.
They pushed their face to each other hard.
Yeah.
They were rubbing teeth.
Yeah.
Everybody was hard.
And men.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, dude. And then that character,
it smelled like leather.
I like how he, how gruff that, because I can't remember the name right now.
I don't remember.
But like the character is supposed to like express loss at like a deep level, you know, and like what that means to find companionship, you know, and then have it ripped away, you know, like in that kind of juxtaposition of emotions, right? Because they're both like full tilt emotions, but on the opposite sides of like the spectrum, you know. And I just that character, like Nick Offerman did such a good job, you know.
He did, and he did such a good job that you didn't want it to go the way it did.
Yeah, you were frustrated that like he was like, dude, what are you doing? You know?
Like at first when you introduce him before he's doing all the butt fucking, you think like
before all the butt fucking.
If you weren't a Last of Us player, you'd be like, oh, is this gonna be one of the guys on the team?
Yeah,
this is gonna be a guy that they pick up.
Yeah,
and is gonna follow through the whole
Clearly
story.
Is techie.
Yeah,
has good survival
survivalist.
skills.
He's got a lot of like resources and shit. And
kind of has a protagonist vibe. Yeah,
and then it's also like, oh, maybe they're gonna live here with him.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's got basically he's got a small town.
Yeah,
and it's all electric fenced and tons of booby traps.
Yeah,
and,
has access to food,
tons of resources,
gas.
Yeah, he opens up the power grid and the gas grid.
Yeah,
he reopens the lines.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking. So
has
you're like,
fucking electric gate system,
and he dies pretty much of old age. I mean, pretty much of old age.
Right.
And then the second arc I think is finding the brother.
Yeah. I love that.
No, it's the black guy with his son that's a mute.
Right. Yes.
And they have to go through that while they're hiding in the town.
That's right.
That's just like just like the Nick Offerman. It's a one episode, like that they're together, and then by the end of it they're dead again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that was heavy. I remember that episode now. Yeah. The dude, like just the. You see it's coming too.
Yeah,
but that's the thing too. Like a really good cinema understands that the viewer is intelligent and plays into that. You know, just like, hey, this thing's gonna happen, and we know you know. And then just the way that we're being vague on purpose because if you guys have watched the show, this is actually a really good show to watch if you haven't already. You know, like it's excellent.
It's a fucking recommend for sure.
The twists are fucking wild. You know, but the moments you see them coming. Yeah. You feel them coming. You don't know how it's gonna land, and they always like supersede expectations.
Yeah.
You know, right? Anyways, I can harp on Last of Us all fucking day. I didn't care for the video game, to be honest. You know?
Did you play it at all, or
I played it a little bit? You know, through because when my sister was with me, I had access to her fucking games.
Hell
you know, so I played a little bit of it. You know, but it was just too. For a video game too cinematic in the way like I might as well have been watching a TV show. You know, like I jokingly called it a ladder simulator. There's a lot of ladders in the game, and it takes forever to climb up and down ladders. There's no speed up, speed down them. You know,
that's unfortunately how I felt about Uncharted.
Yeah,
I lasted 5 to 10 minutes of Uncharted, and immediately I think it's Uncharted 4. You start at a plane crash, and you're immediately in a little dungeon.
Yep,
and I don't know what you have to do. Right when you enter that dungeon,
because like I'm bored.
Still don't know. I'll never know.
Yeah, man.
I looked at the ship for a second. I got in the dungeon. There was no clues.
Nope.
I was like, well, I'm done. Fuck this game.
My knuckle dragon brain could not fucking compute.
Yeah, I did that also with Arkham Knight, the first Arkham Knight.
Oh, really?
I played it for a second. I catapulted my car with a grappling hook onto a roof, and was like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I don't need to get better at this. I don't even understand.
Yeah. You know, total hard segue. Last of Us TV show. You should fucking
watch that shit. Yeah,
it's a good show.
That's
excellent work. But like, isn't that weird how video games, like, some of them draw you in, even if the mechanics are somewhat foreign or complex, maybe somewhat unfamiliar, but if the game is designed in such a way it doesn't matter.
Like Patapong?
What?
Like Patapong? Remember Patapong?
Uh-uh.
It was for like the PlayStation Plus. No, the PlayStation Portable.
Oh, I didn't have a PSP.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Patapong. It was like a weird kind of music game, and the controls were fucking strange.
But you figured it out.
I didn't figure it out.
Oh.
The guy at Game Crazy was fucking all about it. It looked like he was doing physics.
Are you recounting a memory of him selling it to you or something?
Yeah, I remember
trying to pitch you the game.
Him just trying to. Because Mark and I were just fat like mall rats.
Oh, we just hang out in the mall. Yeah,
we just go to Game Crazy and we'd play demos and talk shit to the employees.
I remember when that fucking store still was a thing.
Those was
bro.
days, man.
Yeah.
Went to the midnight release of Mario Kart.
Dope.
And Super Smash Bros.
For N64 or
no, for
GameCube?
Wii.
Oh,
we played tournaments. I took third in Smash Bros.
Okay, hell yeah, represent. Fuck yeah. Placement, love it.
Hell yeah, dude! I got a size medium shirt, which even as a 14-year-old was devastating. Yeah.
That's so insulting.
Like, thanks.
Did they just look at your ass and go like, "Fuck you, kid"?
Yeah, cannon one of these over at him.
Maybe you can frame it and put it on your wall.
I love it.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna use this as a napkin. Just apnea in and out, standing up.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, point being, there's lots of games out there that like you almost like look past the complexity of the controls because they're either teach you well or the game is like hooking you in such a way where you're willing to learn.
So like fucking Mortal Kombat and Tekken.
Yeah,
I'll never remember any of those specials because they're like a page long and people memorize all of them.
Right.
And it'll be like a fucking 8-button sequence, and there'll be like a list of 15 per character, and people will remember all those sequences.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or like in skating video games. When you were trying to remember the specials.
Yeah.
You know
Dude, to this day, I still could never figure out the Tony Hawk fucking special moves other than a couple.
The remaster, we have the remaster of 1 and 2 is really fun.
Oh, dope. So you're just all in on it.
Oh, it's a good time. Yeah. Well, you just turn on the cheats so you can't fall.
Oh,
and then you know, unlimited grind, can't fall. Of
course.
Huge dick, like whatever you can put on there.
I mean, it's the same vein of like playing MLB The Show and putting everything on the easy difficulty.
Oh, I did that
just
the other
hitting
day.
Hundreds of home runs.
I did that the other day with Madden.
Oh, did you?
I fucking won.
Oh, yeah.
I played as like the Eagles against, I don't fucking even know. Let's just say the Colts, and I beat them like 114-0.
Jesus fuck.
It was just give them the ball, intercept it, give them the ball, intercept it. Fumble them. Like
it's so bad. Funny. MLB The Show has the most recent one, I think, 2023, 2022. Yeah. Anyways, they have a programmed like narrative because they always have the announcers talking over the game. You know, they have a programmed line in there where if you're like really smashing it, you're hitting it out of the park, hundreds of home runs. Because they'll keep track record of your home runs for the season. So like that was his 152nd home run of the season. Breaking records. Like at one point they'll comment, it's like he's playing the game on easy mode. Calling out the player.
Fucking loser.
Like I love it when games do that. And call out like gamers bullshit. It's so fucking funny. Dude.
Oh man. Speaking of new games. Assassin's Creed came out. Mirage.
Oh yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, I think Jesse's sister got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they said anything about it? Have you heard anything?
No.
I've heard nothing.
No. Yeah.
After I'm done with Borderlands, I'll probably get it though.
Okay.
Because the last
because you're playing the newest expansion, or
I'm playing Tiny Tina's.
Yeah.
But I still got DLCs. So I'm going to be on Borderlands for a minute.
Hot minute for a little bit.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't even play last weekend.
Oh, for sure.
I think I'm getting close to the end. But I'm noticing in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, it's almost like Borderlands 3, where you think the end is here, and then they trick you, and you're like, nah, you're only 25%.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was at the end of the game for the last, 20 hours of gameplay. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, no. There's at one point where it was like, complete all side missions, and I had just done like 24 out of 25. And I was like, oh, damn, there's only one more side mission. And then I finally got to it being like, this is going to be the last one of the game.
Yeah,
as soon as you get it, it's like complete all side missions, 25 out of 60. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
All right, motherfucker, there's a lot of game ahead of me.
Yeah, all of a sudden just opens up more.
How many fucking worlds are there going to be?
I think that's cool when games do that.
Yeah.
There was a game that I played, I think it was the Final Fantasy 13, the first 13. Yeah, where they like kind of like go platforming linear style where you're running through dungeons and shit, and you just go a very specific direction. Maybe every now and then it breaks up the path, right?
Yeah,
but
like
for the
God
most
of War
part,
or Devil May Cry.
Yeah, exactly, right. And they pretty much have you do that for a solid like 40 hours if you're like doing everything on all the side quests, right?
Yeah.
And I remember getting to a point where you're leaving this area and it felt like it was going to be like, oh man, I guess I'm getting to the end of the game. I wonder what the next zone's going to be like. Maybe just more dungeon stuff, right? And then we get to the end of the game, right? All of a sudden, a whole open world portion of the game with a new map you've never been to before. Just like, here you go. What was that, beep computer? What the fuck?
Better still be recording, you fucking
son
cyber
of a
bastard.
Bitch. I want to check you right now.
Fucking whole beeping ass.
Okay, we good. You ain't gonna get punished today.
God.
I swear to God, I almost
pull out
beat my
the fire
computer
extinguisher.
last week. Anyways, so yeah, opens up the whole fucking open world.
Yeah, and you're like, holy shit, like,
and,
there's
like,
a way more game ahead of me.
Yeah, like roaming, and this is like when like roaming monster AI I hadn't seen too commonly before in games, so like, and that's all over the place. You look up and there's monsters flying in the sky and like and shit, like and I remember that was my first experience of games doing that, where like they pretty much open up to another whole half of the game, you know, and you're just like, whoa, what?
So,
it's so satisfying.
I've been watching some of the updates for GTA 6.
Oh shit, yeah, that's been going through.
They're saying story mode.
Oh,
if you want to do it all, 400 to 500 hours.
Bullshit.
400 to 500 hours.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No fucking way, dude.
They spent $1 billion on this game.
Holy fuck, really?
Yeah.
With a B?
Yes. So
what?
The GTA 5 sold 250 million copies.
That's so much fucking.
So if you think about it, 250 million copies. If they were $4 each, they made $1 billion. Those were $60 each.
Yeah.
So they put $1 billion into the production of this game with the intent of we're gonna make that back in the first fucking hour.
Yeah, and that's not including all the money they made on GTA Online.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure it was a big thing.
So it's like,
fuck, that's so much money, dude.
I know. It's now the most expensive media thing ever created.
It's nuts, dude. Rockstar is fucking doing some wild shit, dude.
There's never been a movie that cost $1 billion. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive anything media ever.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah. $1 billion. It's going to be, I think, 2 or 3 times the size of the GTA map.
Wow.
With a bunch of cities within the map.
Oh, so it's like a county now, basically.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So it's they're saying with all those cities and all those add-ons and shit, they're looking at 400 to 500 hours.
That's insane.
That's all side quests. That's everything.
I pray that it's one of those games where it's a massive map, but it's also filled densely,
Oh, with Rockstar, I'm sure.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than having a game that's like, oh, look how big it is. There's so many cool things. And there's like nothing
No Man's Sky.
in between. Yeah, literally.
Apparently, like, with Rockstar, with how long this has taken and the money they had to do it, I can't even imagine that they would think about not filling that world.
That's insane, dude. I can't fathom having that much time to sit down and dedicate to a full story. Like, I know like games like Witcher and many RPG games tend to hold those mantles of several hundreds of hours long, and that's like if you're doing replays, because I mean, how many motherfuckers have done Skyrim replays like at least like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 fucking times, dude?
Yeah.
I know y'all motherfuckers are on the other line right now listening to this shit and have like played Skyrim at least 6 ass fucking times. Yeah. I probably bought it 4 or 5 times. I bought it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So a lot of games have that mantle, but I think Baldur's Gate 3, which just came out, is the only other one that can hold. I think I want to say they have like 100 hours of content. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look that up real quick, but I'm pretty sure that game has that. Man, that pen fucking killed you, didn't it? Jesus Christ.
Oh,
my bad. I shouldn't have handed that to you.
Yes, you should have.
Let's see. Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay hours. Let's see. About 51 and a half, and then 140 if you spend for whole 100%.
That's
completion,
crazy. That's crazy.
140 is a lot.
Wait, what was the first number?
51 and a half for like just only main objectives, and then 100%. 140 hours.
Witcher 3 is also 51 and a half.
That's pretty common, I feel like.
Yeah, and then 173 with everything else.
I wonder if that's agreed upon standard for a lot of like companies,
Like that's the algorithm kind of thing. Like
not even an algorithm, but like the expectancy,
Yeah.
For probably I can think of many different reasons,
Yeah.
One could be the algorithm. Another one could be like maybe somebody was like that needs to be standard for like consistency of game, like story versus side quests, because usually when you talk about the main objective, you're talking about like only the main quest line. You know?
Yeah. Usually, like as if you just ran checkpoint to checkpoint and didn't explore.
As if you played Skyrim and only did the fucking Dragonborn shit and didn't do anything else. You know, like that's usually what they're referring to for the most part, right?
Okay.
And then all the other extra stuff is that's because that discrepancy in. No, it's almost double. Why the fuck is this pinging? Stop it.
Oh, it's something right there. Whatever that is, Adobe.
Adobe wants to update, apparently. Fuck
bastards.
off. But that's why it's almost nearly double,
Yeah.
from like 60 almost. Well, 51, to 140.
Yeah.
So
that makes a lot of sense. Like, I wonder what's too long. Because 400 to 500 hours.
Rockstar's about to break that fucking mold.
Here's the thing. 400 to 500 hours does seem long.
Yeah.
Looking at it, it's about 3 times as trying to finish out The Witcher with everything.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. It took me months to play The Witcher through.
Yeah.
But I don't know when the last time you ran through GTA 5 storyline.
Not a long time.
Great storyline.
Yeah.
I remember
most of it.
Missions were so fun. They were cinematic for the time. Like it was 2013.
I love all the shenanigans you get in with Michael and his kid.
Yeah. And then the Trevor missions with like the ICP kid and like shit and like the storyline was fun. The missions were great. The heists were big.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're
multi-layered.
Like, yeah. So fuck. 400 or 500 hours might seem smaller than that if the game is.
That's a lot, dog.
That's,
that's 3 times as much as the most common
some of the
really
biggest
long
games.
RPG games.
Yeah, but shit. Like, it gives the idea that there's just gonna be multiple story arcs. I guess probably right. Like, there's gonna be a story arc that's like 100 hours. There's gonna be like 150 hour story arc. It's going to be like playing 3 or 4 games in one story.
That's insane.
With your guy maybe and one other being like a common.
Yeah, I wonder if they do it like that, like a bunch of interludes, know, like where you have one full story that like goes to completion in a city and then the next city over is a completely different story.
Yeah, and then within that city also there's a bunch of small shit you can do that'll take you fucking... a lot of it's going to be like gopher missions.
Yeah.
It's going to take you forever.
And it'd be cool as fuck if... could you imagine if you did one city quest line, and then it affects the other ones in some way or another?
Yeah.
Like maybe you gain a title as like a fucking mobster,
Bro, imagine,
and so knows you're a mobster.
Imagine with our schedules being 3 months into a video game and then finally being dumb enough to look at the completion. It's like 20%.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I've lost days.
Yeah, 3 months of avid playing, too,
So you haven't gotten anywhere, sir. Like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, it's like you've maybe scratched the surface.
Yeah. And then I wonder how many people survive that or just go straight to online. Or I wonder if they'll do what they did with 5 and online will kind of come down the road.
Probably.
Because online didn't come with the first edition.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came a little bit later. I think that or just nobody was in the servers yet. But I remember playing online when I got the PS4 version, the first remaster, and it was empty servers. So I don't know if it got debuted with it or not. But what if they were okay, GTA 6 comes out 2025 is probably most likely, but online doesn't really start kicking until like 2027, 2028. They can probably do that because it's going to take all these people to pay this 500 fucking hour storyline.
Yeah.
So they could be like, no, sit through it. Mm-hmm. If you really want to, you have enough content to last you until we launch it.
Yeah.
And then,
and
the thing about playing the story before online is you're more in tune with like the environment, right? Because you've seen all of it, not just flown over it, but you've been and done missions on all those streets and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know. Like, I think it would be bold to have that kind of storyline, and then day one also have online that's ready for thousands and hundreds of thousands probably. Because I wonder how many people play. Like, I wonder because they say they sold 250 million copies. I wonder how many people played GTA 5. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people who played it because of other people owning it.
Sure.
But then there's also people who've owned multiple copies. I've owned like 4.
Yeah, and there's also people who have like played or bought the game, played maybe like an hour, and like never got back to it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Or they loaned it to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fuck. I bought it for PS3. I bought it for PS4. I lost it on PS4 and bought another one for PS4, and then I bought it on Xbox.
Yeah.
For Bubbles.
Yeah.
So it's like I've owned 4 copies myself.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, I've owned every Pokemon game multiple times too.
Yeah,
you never hold on to them.
I mean, again, like Skyrim, like, keep bringing it up. But
Pokemon games are like umbrellas. You just have them and then they're gone again. They never seem to be around.
Yeah. Those fucking pesky cartridges just bounce somehow. Yeah,
it's always gone.
Still waiting for Nintendo to fucking launch Pokemon on their goddamn emulators on the Switch.
Dude, I literally, that would be the only thing that makes me turn my Switch back on right now.
I don't understand how they don't realize they're like sitting on money right now.
I'm having this weird feeling where I almost don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom.
Really?
I don't know why. I think I was so excited for it, but I just don't want to play with my Switch.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of lost its like pizzazz.
Yeah. And then like I bought that really nice TV in the garage and like updated the HDMI cord and shit. So like we got like a nice TV to play Xbox on, and the Xbox has a crazy processor compared to the PSP.
You want to take advantage of that HDR.
Yeah, big open world. I could see the bark on the trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to want to go back to handheld. And then I got to worry about charging it all the time because mine's old, so the battery don't last for shit.
You don't use the dock on your TV?
No, because then I'll lose my Joy-Cons.
Oh.
I'm way too fucking lazy. I will not get back up and put them back up, and I don't have the controller.
Oh, yeah.
So every time I've docked on the TV, I've always been using Joy-Cons.
Okay.
And that's just not great. It's cool.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's like, oh, shit.
It's new. Yeah.
But then after time, like, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I can play, like, comfortably, sprawled out on the couch with my arms to the sides, with it.
Yeah.
That's cool, I guess, but I definitely prefer, like the classic, like you holding a controller in both hands, like set it up,
Also, I think PSP is like it's a convenience playing, right? It's right next to you on the couch. It doesn't matter what room you're in.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I could just play that. I could just play with my Switch. It doesn't matter where I'm at.
Back to that convenience.
You know what else I could do that? You know what else I could do that with? My phone.
Yeah.
It has way more games that are high quality, high graphics, high resolution.
Yeah.
And free, honestly, unless I want to put some money into them. And I have.
Yeah, and the Switch is like exploring new games, but like they don't like Nintendo. I mean, but they don't have like a need to, they kind of like made their money generationally. Where they don't really need to make big risks pretty much ever. But
I guess the thing is like if I had a controller, maybe it'd be different. But it really feels like if Tears of the Kingdom was on Xbox, I would have played it by now.
Interesting.
Just because I don't want to deal with Joy-Cons.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I don't want to buy. The Pro Controller
is pretty nice.
And then but then I'll buy a controller for that game, and then that always feels stupid because you're gonna buy the game and the controller. You're like, now you're at Best Buy and you're like, $120 to play this game right now.
Yeah.
Do I want it? I mean, I do.
Am I gonna use this controller for other games,
or is it gonna be covered in fucking dust and old soda and shit?
I will say what I like about the Pro Controller is
every old controller has soda. They're always sticky on them.
I use my Pro Controller sometimes for my computer now. Okay. Because Steam has like compatibility with everything.
Yeah.
I definitely like the Pro Controller. I think is a number one for me, and with the Xbox controller a close second.
I like the Xbox controller.
Something about the Pro controller just sits nicely in my hands in particular,
Yeah.
The Xbox controller is a close second. It was my first favorite for the longest time. Like I still have one.
No love for the PS5?
But
PS4?
the PS4 is not the same level of comfort,
Yeah.
because it's thick. The Switch controller is thick, and it kind of like rests in your hands more comfortably, Whereas like PS4 for me, I'm kind of wrapping my hands around the actual controller more.
I get what you're saying. Like this is gonna be kind of dumb, but it's relatable. I have a temperature gun. It's just a little laser. I pointed at a vent from within 10 feet, and it could tell me the temperature.
Yeah.
And then I pointed at a different vent, and I compare those temperatures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing crazy. And I had a decent one that I lost at a lady's house.
Oh.
And she wouldn't let me go get it.
Of course.
So the maintenance guy gave me one. He gave me like a $20 shitty one that had a blotch in the screen. And I fucking loved that thing.
Really?
Yeah, dude. One, because the guy who gave it to me was awesome.
Right.
It was a nice gift, a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to do that for me. He just pulled it right out of the drawer and gave it to me. And it was doing the job. You know what I'm saying?
It's getting what you needed done.
Yeah. But my manager, he saw that and he was like, no. You're not using broken shit to fucking
You don't get it,
job.
bro. You don't get it, dude.
Yeah, dude. You didn't know the love I had in that thing, bro.
This is passion.
I
over
can
here.
read it. I
Real
can fucking read
passion.
it. Yeah, dude,
Don't judge me.
You know what love is, you monster.
You just don't have a connection with your tools, you animal.
Oh my god! But so he was, he was like fucking with me. He's like, no, you gotta get another one. And so I finally caved. And like, here's the thing, bro. The one I had was like $20. The nice one that I had before was like $60.
Yeah.
There's a super nicer one that's made by the Milwaukee Tool Company, and that's who I get all my tools from.
Yeah, that's your brand.
It's $120.
Oof.
All three of these assholes, 20, 60, 120.
Yeah.
You're pointing them at the vent.
Yeah.
And going,
doing the same job.
64. And then you walk over there. They're not going to fucking, one's not going to do magic for you. You know what I'm saying?
No one of them's going to make coffee for you in the morning.
It can't grab the vent and then open and close it for you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not a thermal imaging device.
Yeah. It doesn't give you a second, reading just in case the first one's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the tool brand that I like.
Sure.
So I'm a cock. You know what I'm saying? Like my drill, my saw, my knife.
Yeah.
Everything is all red
Consistent.
and says Milwaukee on it.
Brand
Loyalty. My toolbox is Milwaukee. Okay, my fucking drainage bag is Milwaukee.
We need Milwaukee to hit us up, bro.
Dude.
We need.
We'll talk about man shit on the show.
Yeah, dude. We turn into fucking Tim Allen tool time, motherfucker. Like hell yeah.
So I'm about to buy that $60 one that I had originally.
Yeah.
But I just throw a Hail Mary and I go on fucking line and I type in the Milwaukee one. I find the $120 one on eBay for $50.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's used.
More
Somebody
than
dropped
half?
it once.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I bought that shit. And like going back to the controller thing, the head on it is like really big. Like it's big, thick. It's got a nice big LCD screen on it. And like a nice rubber grip on the handle, so it just sits and feels in your hand better.
Yeah,
it's like just the best way to describe it. It just feels better in your hand. You're paying all that money because it feels better in your hand, and for brand loyalty, they got me, motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
they got me. I didn't pay the $120, but I got that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I registered it on my Milwaukee website like a real asshole, like a real fucking
that
asshole.
gun better feel as good as in my hand as my dick in my hand.
Yeah.
That better just nestle right in there.
I registered it this morning. I got it registered on
hell
there.
Yeah, that's how you know you love your tools.
I don't know how this works, but apparently Milwaukee's the only company I know who does this. There's a reason they're more expensive than everybody else. It's the tech. Now, you don't look at a power drill and you think anything tech whatsoever. It's a power drill.
Right.
But Milwaukee puts computers in their drills and their motors.
I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah. And like the reason they became a big brand is because the motor and computer they put in their original Sawzall was like crazy to the market. It was like big medicine. It was this whole thing.
Right.
So they're known for being kind of on the tech side of their tools. It may be a power drill, but the difference between a Milwaukee and a DeWalt, if you take my Milwaukee and I say no, I can turn it off. remotely through Bluetooth.
Wow.
I could say that motor's dead.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's called like One Key. I have no idea how it works, but I know that my tools have serial numbers, and there's a website or an app, and I actually log my serial numbers in. You select the tool, like it shows you. It's like, oh, that must be this.
Yeah.
And then you select it, and you can even put like assigned to this person to help like know, like if you're a company, you could be like, these are all my Milwaukee tools.
Wow.
This is who's holding what.
Wow.
But also you have the ability to be like, oh, that got stolen. Kill the motor.
Wow. Cool. Okay. Yeah. And then can you also, I imagine you'd be able to track these two
I think so.
way,
I think so.
Know?
That's the thing. I haven't looked too much into the tech. I kind of want to.
I'd imagine.
Always confuses the fuck out of me, but it's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So I kind of think you can't track it because you'd have to have the Bluetooth connection.
Because if you can kill it remotely from anywhere, in theory that means you're talking to that device at that moment. So yeah, I'm wondering if there's probably some way they can track it for you too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna look more into that shit
because that would make sense.
Yeah.
Especially for theft. Like everyone, obviously, tools are a prime not suspect, but prime thing to steal.
Fuck
right?
yeah, dude.
Because you're gonna make money off.
It
of tools.
Unfortunately just happened to a guy I know.
Oh yeah, we talked.
Lost all of it just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Lost all of his tools.
Did you bring that up this morning when you came in here, or this evening? It's evening, right?
Maybe somebody else that might have brought it up to you.
Huh?
Because I haven't seen you since it happened. Before it happened.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
Fuck, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, fucking just they left the tool they used to break into his van. It's a flashlight.
What an asshole.
Yeah, it was a flashlight.
What a dick.
And on the bottom it had one of those little metal fucking little almost like a little cone, and then you just fucking bash windows with it.
That's a statement.
Yeah.
If there ever was a theft statement,
And what he did was he got in the van, he saw everything that had the word Milwaukee on it, and he stole it.
Yep.
He didn't steal the machines, which could have gotten him a pretty money. Yeah, like because what we do is we've got multiple machines in these vans.
Yeah.
He didn't take one of those, and each one of those
didn't know what they were.
He could have given like $400 or $500 each for
Just
these
goes for the brand.
little fucking machines. He could have walked off with like 5 of them.
Yeah.
The like refrigerant is like hundreds of dollars a pound, and we have giant canisters.
Yeah, he had no idea though.
No. They just saw the word Milwaukee, and he's like, "That's money," and they just took all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like the brand recognition more than anything. Like it's probably why theft happens. Because somebody knows or recognizes a brand, doesn't know what it is or how much money even you can get for it, right? But because it's a brand they recognize, it's immediately like, I could potentially make money off of this,
Oh, yeah.
It's like kind of like a double-edged sword when you think about it, with like brands and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, and like, they definitely don't always know what they're stealing, too. Cause one time I was talking to my coworker, and he was at a flea market, and this guy had like a vacuum pump machine. So it's like a machine that it literally pulls a vacuum, not like a vacuum cleaner, as in you hook it up into copper lines, and it pulls all the atmosphere out. It pulls all the air and water molecules out to create a vacuum, like atmospheric pressure.
Dope.
Below atmospheric pressure.
Science.
Guy had no idea what it was, and my coworker just played stupid. He's like, "Hey, what is that?" And the guy was like, "I don't fucking know." He's like, "I'll give you like $80 for it." And it was like a $600 machine.
Yeah, get fucking.
No idea
know
what
you
stole.
have.
No idea what he fucking stole. Like,
know what you have. I guess
makes me want to go to the flea market.
And see what's out there, because he knows a lot of that shit's fucking been jacked for sure.
Oh, dude, I used to have a video game plug that was stealing from trucks.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I met him on OfferUp. He had a copy of Breath of the Wild for $40, brand new.
Jesus!
And I was like, "Why is this $40 brand new? It's still $60 in the store."
It's because I got free $99 for it.
So I fucking I went for it, and I fucking met him
like in a 5-finger discount.
Yeah. I met him in a parking lot. And I was talking to him about it. He was a cool ass dude, just a couple of years older than me, and he was white, so he trusted me.
White.
He trusted me right away.
Brotherly fucking connection right there.
I'm gonna let this guy in on the fucking family business.
He walks up and sees you and goes, "Oh, baby.
Oh boy.
Hey, brother.
Hey, I got a secret for you, buddy. You and we're gonna go to the top now. Come over here. I got 1,500 Norelco razors and any Switch game you could imagine.
Don't mind the trench coat. It's just for formality.
We're hitting Target trucks, honestly, but I mean, I just steal shit that I would like. So, like men's grooming products and video games.
Yeah. Sometimes we go to Kmart. Where? Like, Kmart. You mean Kmart? Yeah, Kmart.
He one time, no shit, told me he had He asked me, he asked me if I shave.
What?
Well, because you know me, I don't grow facial hair.
Yeah, you got that baby bottom face.
Yeah, so I pretty much typically look like I have no facial hair whatsoever.
Yeah.
Even when I do have some, it's pretty hard to tell.
Yeah.
Because I'm all fat and sparse, and then I don't grow a lot of hair anyway.
Well, you have that Spaniard, I
don't grow armpit hair or any of that shit either.
You slick, should be a swimmer.
So he asked me if I shaved, and I was like, yeah, I mean, a razor could last me over a year. Honestly, one razor, like a Bic razor, I have no idea, but for me, that's like a year.
Okay,
2 years.
I say recently because I feel like I just noticed it more.
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point now where I have to pretty much shave my neck at least, every other day, just because it starts to get
and just
beardy.
Neck. How fast do you go through a razor?
Well, I take care of my razors, so
what the fuck does that mean?
I dry them off and make sure they don't rust.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah,
I do that naturally, but I didn't know that was like.
No, yeah.
I was just like, maybe
if you just if you just use it and just let it sit,
No, I rinse it off. I hit it with the towel and then I shake it.
Yeah, not only does water seep through that little strip at the top,
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're right, but it rusts the blades over time.
Yeah,
and they get less sharp, and then you eventually start
cutting yourself.
Either cutting yourself. Or you start getting fucking uneven shaves.
Okay.
Which gets irritating.
But as somebody
fast.
you still need it every other day, even taking care of it, how long do you think they last?
I want to say I swap my blades out once every other month. I want to say, I think you're supposed to do it a lot more,
My mom got me a pack of Harry's razors. It was about 6 of them. Almost a decade ago.
You still using them?
I still got 3.
Yeah.
I still have 3 ready to go in the bathroom.
Some
of them.
One less thing you have to do in the morning.
One of the boxes on my Harry's razor has the measurements I took when we built my room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It still has It still has what I wrote because it was the closest thing to me. I took a pen and I wrote the measurements down that I was gonna try to go for.
Yeah.
And it still has those. That's how I've been there for 7, 8 years.
Oh man.
I think I've been with Bubbles for 8 years.
Does that bother you that you can't grow hair, facial hair, very fast?
Do you
give a fuck,
A little bit.
Okay.
Because for men, beards are makeup. And I cannot,
sure.
And I cannot grow one.
Sure. It does hide the fat in my face for sure.
Yeah. As a man who's always had a double chin and a fat face, a beard would probably look pretty good on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can see it.
So in that way, yes. But from growing up, everybody always said, oh, you're so lucky, man. You're not going to have to deal with that. Because there's some people who go clean shave every day but grow facial hair like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a daily, there's 5
constantly.
5 o'clock shadow is an actual thing for some people.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
For me, there's no 5 o'clock shadow. There's Wednesday shade. You know what I'm saying?
That's the name of the episode.
Wednesday shade.
Wednesday shade.
Yeah, I shaved on Thursday, and on Wednesday next week, I'm finally starting to see a little something.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's all done on genetics, I guess, right? But I was growing
my dad doesn't really have facial hair either.
I was kind of growing peach fuzz, I think around 7th grade is when I started getting some chin hair.
Yeah.
And then I had the mustache going by 8th grade, so not thick, but peach fuzz, And then by freshman year, I pretty much had a goatee and beard, or excuse me, chin hair and mustache, because the two connected is what's the goatee.
Yeah.
But mine would never connect until pretty much after high school.
Yeah.
I would start to grow the sides throughout high school, not as very thick, but mostly the goatee. But it really the goatee connecting, the mustache and the beard, chin. I keep calling it a beard.
Chin beard.
Yeah, chin beard. That really didn't connect, I think, until I was 24.
Mine still doesn't. I wasn't able to grow the chin beard until we were 25.
Yeah.
And then I rocked that till just about 30. And I decided in my 30s I'm going clean shaven.
Yeah.
So right now is bad for me.
Yeah.
This is I'm not taking care of it.
Right. Yeah.
And from a distance,
you feel I'm fucking taking care of myself or something.
Yeah. And from a distance, you probably can't even see that I have facial hair.
I could barely see the fuzz.
Yeah, so,
but you have more blonde hair than dark hair.
Yeah.
I was unfortunate to be blessed with brown eyes, but black fucking eyebrows and black fucking beard, but a brown hair.
My eyebrows used to be blonde.
Yes.
So it looked like I didn't have parts of them.
It's just one solid face without any fur.
Missing fucking shit.
There's an albino creature of some kind.
So part of me is like, fuck, man, I wish I could. I wish I had that option.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I didn't shave for a year, it would look disgusting.
You probably can like do things to like help promote growth.
But I've never wanted to do that because that felt like walking into a dumb trap.
Yeah.
Like, because of the amount of people that were like, oh man, you don't want to deal with that shit. Like having to where you have to shave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to have to deal with that. You're living a life where that's not going to be a problem for you.
Mm-hmm.
So taking that in, you're like, all right, I guess. Like,
okay, I see it.
I won a battle there. Like, I think for me a big win is I don't grow armpit hair either.
Well, okay, yeah.
So like deodorant lasts a lot longer for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that'd be nice. I'd trade for that for sure. I'd grow armpit hair like a fucking forest. Dude.
Yeah, no, I'm still rocking the same shit I had since we were
wow.
teenagers.
I actually have to shave my armpits.
I have not once.
Like I don't use a razor, but I like use like a fucking like trimmer.
I'm trying to get Bubbles to do that. He won't do it. He's got a fucking whole hedge under there. No, I still have not once shaved my armpits.
Yeah, no, like I currently probably have. Yeah, that's my current bush that I'm growing right now.
These are the hairs I had when we were 15. All right, these are the same ones.
These hairs have been with me through thick and thin.
Yeah. And I don't have a particularly hairy asshole either, which is pretty nice.
Do you see, like the Greek in me just puts hair everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't got a whole lot in my chest, you know. Yeah. Like there is like in dead center, right?
Yeah.
But it's just everywhere else, just I know like cousin it hairy, you know, right?
No, but you're Greek.
Dude, my total off topic, but my fucking uncle, shout out to you, Uncle Mike, he's cousin it. Like,
oh no!
Like he hops in the water and he has so much hair on his upper body that he actually has like maybe like 2 to 3 inches worth of like a floating ring of hair. Dude.
I love that shit.
Like legitimately, dude.
That's Bubbles too. Sometimes I shave Bubbles' back.
It's so funny, bro. I try so hard not. I want to make fun of him so bad because it's just like it looks ridiculous. Sometimes
when I'm cutting Bubbles' hair, I'll start shaving his back. And
put little faces in it.
Yeah,
and
but then he starts getting mad. Like you want to have like a quarter of a
Hey, stop it! What are you doing? What are you doing back there?
I gotta get him to get his
hygiene, Bubbles. Hygiene. That's what I'm doing.
I gotta get him to get his armpits, man. I gotta fucking do it for him or something. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
He stinks.
Yeah, I bet.
I love Bubbles, but like, Jesus Christ, I go into the bathroom in the morning to take a shower, and you have to walk by his room, his mom's room, and Pat's room.
Yeah,
and the air as you pass his room is a different temperature.
Yeah, I bet
than the rest of the house.
It's probably stale too.
Oh, is it stale? Oh, it smells like Pearl Harbor, just dead semen. Thousands of dead semen. Just blowing it all over his fur and rubbing it into the goddamn sheets.
Bro.
And then fucking rolling over to where it's dry and blowing more loads. Fucking animal, dude. Just smells like dead cum and fucking old cereal and socks.
Yeah, you walk by the fucking his door and you almost feel like you hear screams from the nine hells, you know?
Sometimes it's actually upsetting. Like it ruins the mood of the house.
Your face like frowns.
Like his mom's in a bad mood that day now, and Pat's in a bad mood.
Yeah,
like it's just like everybody's
fucking
like
idiot.
Fucking asshole. Smells so bad. And you're like, both taking showers. Like, no,
dude, his armpit hairs might have been like, because I'm sure he's never shaved them before. You know,
I don't know
if it's really, really, really bad. I'm sure he's probably never like trimmed them down.
Yes.
Again, I'm not using a razor. I am using clippers with like.
He's got the clippers because I do his hair. So
yeah.
But here's what I'll say. I've done his back a few times, and it grows back fast.
Yeah, I bet.
And he is a fur coat monster.
I bet. That's just probably fucking natted up in there. You
oh
know?
God.
Like probably dreadlocky in some way or another.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure he's probably trimmed it down before. I think he's even said he's shaved it before. But he has like a fistful clump.
Yeah.
And I don't mean, when I say a fistful, I mean the size of a closed fist amount of hair coming out there. And like,
if I let my hair grow, it'll get to that point.
It's got like a sharpened point from the sweat when he raises his arm, and it just sometimes, to be an asshole, he'll just raise his arm at me because the stink
he knows
actually travels across the room.
And I'm sure that fucker does not wear any kind of deodorant.
No, but you know what he wears is my arm around his neck when the headlock comes on.
Yeah, for real.
Like, you motherfucker.
Right, I'm gonna pop your head off right here in a second.
Sometimes I'll go in his room, I'll just spray cologne on him. I'll just make it worse.
It's
way
just
worse.
Dump a bunch of fucking just go in there with Windex and just like spray the whole fucking can in there and close his door and let him fucking bask in that chemical warfare.
The crazy thing is I've seen his dick and asshole enough times. I'm almost willing to shower with him. Just to make sure it gets done, Yeah,
just to make sure a process.
Like I'll sit on the toilet while he showers.
Yeah,
I'll be naked so he's comfortable.
Yeah, we're bros in this, bro. It's cool. Don't relax,
I'll be
man.
shitting while he's talking to him. Now get your armpits.
Doing everything you can do to make him feel comfortable.
Behind the ears, you fucking monster.
You're giving him a coach, man.
It's like I'm coming in there, Bubbles. I swear to God, I'll use my stomach as a loofah and I'll clean your whole back with it. All right, you better fucking clean yourself right now, you fucking animal.
Oh my God, this is gonna turn to a porn real fast. So you don't fucking shape up, Mister. Yeah, just threaten to fuck him.
I threaten to fuck him all the time. I'm always threatening to fuck him. I look at him sometimes we're playing video games. I'm like, Bubbles, I'm gonna go to town on your ass cheeks. Like, wow, okay. And now he's gotten to the point where he's leaning into the joke. So sometimes we'll be like watching YouTube and he'll just be like, he's like, I want you to fuck my throat. I'm like, God damn. Hey, I want you. You're gonna come pulverize my shitter, bud? Come get it. It's open.
Oh my God. Just something about you guys just hanging and playing games and all of a sudden I'm gonna fuck your ass, Bubbles, and they're going, oh well.
Yeah, dude. That's how it goes. When we play GTA, like, fuck you, Bubbles. Or like, it was just out of nowhere. Like, Bubbles, I want to try out your asshole like I'm trying to get in the MLB. All right, I want to throw dick like an all-star pitcher and just take long rhythmic pounds into your shitter aggressively until I come and you come.
I want to pipe you down like I do with my fucking, I don't know, something.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah. I'll hit him.
Insert funny joke.
I'll get nasty on him, bro. I'll be like, I want to work your throat like a fucking like a catcher's mitt. You know what I'm saying? I told him I want to test his gad reflex and see how long he can hold it.
I'm laying pipe like I'm trying to impress my boss.
I've told him like I want to come through him. Like,
I want to fuck you like I'm fucking the wall behind you.
Yeah, and then he's just like every now and then you'll just get like a jeez.
Wow.
But then he comes back at you like, yeah, pound my shitter, you faggot, you poo pusher. Yeah, I bet you want to fuck. I want to fuck too. Come here. All right, let's go.
Man, something about the voice, dude.
Well, he can also
kills me, bro.
He can put his legs behind his head. So I'll be like, "Fuck you, Bubs. I'm gonna take a."
I bet he can.
Yeah, I'll be like, "I'm gonna take a swat at your starfish," and he's just like, "Come get it, Daddy!" And he throws his arms on his head. Come on, bitch. Come on. Like, do it. What are you scared?
He's like holding his fucking.
Yeah, he can hold his legs up behind his head. He's pretzeling himself on the couch.
Hey, he's just talking shit.
Yeah.
Probably wiggling his ass.
Yeah, come have it. Come have it. Another thing he does is he
come fuck me, bitch.
Another thing he does way too much, and it's totally my fault, is he shows me his balls a lot.
Oh, does he brain you?
Yeah, he brains me all the time. I started braining him as a joke.
Oh, really?
And he just loved that so much. I'd be like, hey, Bubbles, check this out. He'd be like, what? And he'd look me at the eyes, and he'd look down, and my nutsack is in my hand, and I'm squeezing it.
Brain!
Yeah, so now he does it all the time, dude. He's just always trying to show me his balls.
Oh, my God. That's too funny, bro.
He pulls balls out and then fart.
I'm sure he's got like old man balls.
Yeah, his fucking mom switching the laundry. I love it.
You're shaking your balls in your hand like you got fucking like maracas.
Yeah.
Little shakers.
Oh my God. It's so funny too because his little dick just goes back into his stomach and he grabs his balls.
Oh yeah, recesses in, you know.
His thumb pushes his
turtles.
The base of his thumb pushes his little dick back into his body while he's squeezing the balls. Yeah. It's like SpongeBob's nose retreating. It's like a little X. Fucking
man.
little dick Bubs.
Oh my God,
he's a fucking.
He's a funny dude. He's a fucking menace, but he's a funny dude.
He's fucking. I want to have him on the podcast because the way we interact is so fun. But he's also autistic.
I was gonna say I don't know if he can handle.
I don't think he can handle almost any of it. I've seen him play video games.
Yeah,
I've tried to hold a conversation.
We probably shouldn't give him headphones.
No, I think the best thing you would do for Bubbles would be You mic him up, but he's not the guest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
somewhere
saying?
off in the distance.
Yeah, he's just in the room.
Yeah.
So every now and then I could call out and threaten him.
We just give him a little lapel microphone that just clips onto his shirt, you know, and just have it rolling in the background.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, every now and then I could just peek over to him like, Bubbles, let me eat your asshole.
You want to fuck?
Like, yeah.
Fuck me, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's only because I know him, but just the image of him throwing his legs back and just
Dude,
shaking his body at you going, fuck me, bitch.
Yeah. Come get it, Daddy. What are you going to do? Are you going to pound my shit around, huh? It's on sale. Yeah, he's a fucking animal.
Man.
I love Bubbles. Shout out to you, little buddy.
$2.50.
Yeah, and it's funny because sometimes he'll do that, but he'll forget that his mom's in the room.
Oh, no.
You know, so,
I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck, though.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's like, John, I'm going to suck your dick. And his mom will turn around like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, what are you doing with him? Like, nothing.
That's your son.
You did that.
That's yours.
Good job.
You made that.
Good job. Great.
Maybe we should leave this one in the oven a little bit longer.
Yeah, let me tell you the analogy about cakes again.
Make sure you fucking whip your batter properly.
And don't just leave it out for 41 years before you decide to cook it. That's not a good idea.
And keep it in the oven longer.
Yeah, remember, Bubbles, you look like a cake, just like the rest of us, but you're not.